And greetings, this is Robert Jofka, president of Hack and Slash Games. In this video, we're going to go over gladiator combat in a two-player battle. So over here, I've got the cards set up. Here's player 1, and over here is player 2. And before we get started, we want to make sure that the battle is evenly matched, and we'll do that by looking at the victory points of our gladiators. Keep in mind that the rules state you can have up to, but no more than 4, but you are allowed to have less than 4 gladiators, so long as the victory point totals 10. So on player 1 side, we have a 4 victory point gladiator, a 3 victory point, and another 3 victory point, so 6 and 4 is 10. Over on the second player side, we have a 4 and a 4 for 8, and then a 1 and a 1 brings player 2 side up to 10. So, since we're evenly matched, we're all ready to go. I've also included on here the cheer cards, which are down here. Note the cheer is set to 0 because no one has earned any cheer. And we have got our counter points over here, our CP or credit points. I have them set to 11 because we start with 11 in wave 1. All right, so let's take a look at what we've got here. And you'll notice I've got some really nice little cheat cards here, 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 and here. So let's take a look and see what they mean. So basically what it is I've got my cards set up in 2 fields. I have the action field, which is the field in the front. You know, this would be on either side, depending on which side of the table you're sitting on. And I have the support field, which would be the field in the back. Again, look depending on which side of the table you're sitting on. Now you can do certain things in each field, and I've listed them on these cards here. You can, in the action field, attack. You can in the action field intercept, and you can in the action field protect. So cards that are in the front row here can attack, intercept, or protect, respectively. Cards in the support field, or the back row, all they can do is pretty much sit back there and be targets. They can intercept for each other if they're in the same row, but that's pretty much it. So what are the advantages of each? Well, of course, again, you have to be able to get into the front row to attack. So let's take a look and see what you can do and how this will earn you some cheer. All right, so I've moved my placards out of the way so that we could demonstrate a couple of different things. So I'm going to demonstrate 3 things now. Number 1, I'm going to talk about setting and unsetting. Number 2, I'm going to talk about how cheer is generated in an attack. And number 3, I'm going to show you how to bring some minions on the field to do battle. All right, so real quick, I've already talked to you about these fields. Action field in the front, support field in the back. And as I mentioned before, or maybe I didn't, when you set your gladiators up for the very first time, you can put them in whichever field you like. You may set them all up in the action field. You may put them all in the support field. You can put, 2 on front, 1 in the back, however you would like. Keep in mind that depending on where the gladiators are, as I said right here, this is what they can do. All right, so before I demonstrate the attacking, intercepting, and protecting that you can do in the action field, or the intercepting that you can do in the support field, I'm just going to tell you real quick about setting. So setting a card in this game goes like that. Basically, when you take a card and you turn it sideways, that is called setting. Unsetting is the process of doing that in reverse. Now, why would you set or unset? Setting indicates the card has done something. So if the card, for example, this Ryla right here was to attack with her 2 points, what I would do is I would say, Ryla's going to attack, and then I set her. Then Ryla would declare which target she's attacking over on the opposite side of the field. Okay, so again, setting is the process of, so I can advance a card, and then I'm going to set Cray Phillips and say Cray Phillips is going to attack 1 point of damage, 2, and then select my target on the opposite side of the field. Setting is merely just a way of keeping track of who has done something, and indicates this card has done something. This card can't do anything else for the rest of the wave. Now, when the wave ends, we'll go into the breather, and all cards will unset, and you can reposition them on the field how you'd like. All right, so next up, now that I've explained how setting works, I'm going to talk about attacking or combat. So basically the way it works, and this we're going to integrate into the cheer mechanic. Now, keep in mind that cheer is both a resource and a victory condition. And we're, for the time being in this video, we're only going to talk about the victory condition portion of it. So we're not going to worry about the resource in this video. We're going to save that until we get to the video on the flow. So here's how you generate cheer. Cheer is generated anytime an attacking character, so here is my attacking person here, the person that's doing the attacking, is able to make a successful attack on an unset card or character on the opposite field. So, for example, if Ryla sets, attacks 2 points of damage, and declares the target here Freak Show, if Freak Show takes that damage, being that he is unset, 1 cheer point would be generated, like so. I move it from 0 to 1. Okay? Another way that cheer would be generated is if I attacked a character in the back row. So Ryla decides to declare Pockshot as the victim of her attack and does 2 points of damage. 1 cheer would be generated. Now, if a person has done something like set, and let's just assume that this person already had 1 point of damage on them, Ryla could set and choose to target Freak Show. Now, because Freak Show is already set, while she would do her 2 points of damage, bringing this from 1 to 3, she would not generate a cheer for that because this character is already set. 1 cheer is only generated when attacking successfully an unset character. So unset, 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 set. Now, you don't have to attack another gladiator. You could, for example, attack a minion. So again, if she was to declare attack on this minion, so long as the minion is not set, she would do 2 points of damage, effectively killing the minion. She would earn a cheer for that. However, it's never as easy as just declaring an attack and throwing some damage on there because, again, you are gladiators and you're moving around and you are doing things to defend both yourself and or your other teammates. Okay, so another thing can happen is that Ryla could set, declare an attack against Freak Show, but instead of Freak Show taking the damage, since he has another gladiator in the same row, Ironsides could intercept. By intercepting Ironside's sets, he then takes the damage. Now, because Ironsides has effectively jumped in front of Freak Show and taken the damage, the cheer would then be generated on the opposite side. So I would move the 0 to 1. So here you have, again, in the first case, cheer would be generated on this side, and on the second case, cheer would be generated on this side. So another thing that happened is that Ryla could set and choose to attack one of the gladiators in the back. So she could attack Pockshot. Pockshot would have a choice. He could take 2 points of damage. Because he's unset, Ryla would earn a cheer point. Another thing that could happen is, again, Ryla could set, declare Pockshot as the target, and Tara could choose to intercept. She would take the damage. However, since she jumped in front of him using the interception, the cheer would be generated on this side of the board. And last but not least, you could choose to protect. So for example, in this example, I'm going to set Opak. He does 2 points of damage. And we're going to declare an attack on Pockshot. Now, because Tara has already intercepted and set, she can't intercept. So my choices then are the gentleman in front can choose to protect. Now, protecting does not set a character, unlike intercepting. Intercepting does set a character. So in this case, Freak Show can say, no thanks, I will protect Pockshot, and I'll take the 2 damage. However, since protecting does not cause the character to set, Opak would earn a cheer for that, taking him from 0 to 1. So to sum it up, attacking characters must move into the front row to attack. They would set to declare an attack. They would choose a target, and then based on which row that target is in, the defending player would have the choice to either take the damage, cheer would be earned on the attacking side, intercept the damage, cheer would be earned on the defender side, or protect. Protecting, the cheer would still be earned on the attacker side, but again, the damage would be going in the front. Keep in mind that you do not have to set the card to protect, and you can only protect if you are unset. So therefore, in this circumstance, Ironsides could not protect, Freak Show could.